It looked like Bria Hartley just got instant karma, bro. She out for the season. I'm here to tell you the most dirtiest player in the WNBA contract has been written, bro. And I'm here to tell you she's out for the season. Yes, you heard me correctly. Yeah, man, Bria Hartley. So Connecticut PR has released a statement. Bria Hartley is to miss the remainder of the season.
Did Bria Hartley just deliver the dirtiest play of the WNBA season? And then get hit with karma herself? Fans erupted after Sophie Cunningham suffered a torn MCL in a collision that looked anything but clean. To make matters worse, cameras caught Hartley grinning as Sophie lay on the floor, which only fueled the anger. But here's the twist: Hartley has now been ruled out for the rest of the season. The timing has many calling it instant payback. Was it pure coincidence or something bigger at play? If you're backing Sophie, send her some love and a speedy recovery in the comments.
This picture is going viral with Bria Hartley with the sinister grin, right? This malevolent look that's on her face right now. Clearly smiling after injuring Sophie Cunningham.
Right from the start, the play looked bad. Sophie Cunningham took the full impact, crashed to the floor, and immediately clutched her knee. She didn't even try to stand. Trainers rushed over, teammates closed in, and the atmosphere inside the arena grew tense. This wasn't a fall you bounce back from. Sophie had to be taken straight to the locker room. Her reaction said it all. The injury was serious, and everyone watching could see it.
The play that just occurred.
That's like she tries to slide over right there, and Hartley just kind of falls and makes collision with that lower leg. You see her immediately grab it. And she went down hard and was clearly in a lot of pain.
What had fans talking wasn't just the injury, it was the image that came out right after. While Sophie was still on the floor in pain, cameras caught Bria Hartley with a smirk. Call it a grin or even a laugh, but to fans it meant something else. A player appearing to enjoy the moment right after an opponent went down clutching her knee. That photo raced through social media within minutes, and instantly the focus changed. It was no longer just about Sophie's injury, it was about Hartley's intent.
Oh, and Cunningham is down. My goodness. Should be. You know, scary moment as we went to commercial. Sophie Cunningham hit the floor hard, and she is being helped off the floor, heading back to the locker room.
The argument was simple: nobody reacts like that if it's just an accident. Fans believed Hartley's smile said more than any statement ever could. Once that picture spread, intent no longer mattered. The image defined her. Even when Sophie tried to downplay it, saying she was simply in the wrong spot, it did little to calm the outrage. Supporters weren't convinced because the photo didn't line up with her words. People accept that basketball is physical. What they couldn't accept was a player seeming pleased after someone else went down hurt. Asterisk.
Sophie Cunningham, let's be clear here. Sophie Cunningham was targeted. Let's be very, very clear here. But Sophie Cunningham was flat out targeted by a dirty player.
This wasn't Hartley's first run-in with criticism, which is why the reaction was so intense. The smirk carried more weight because fans had already seen her heated flare-ups and physical run-ins before, so instead of brushing it off as one bad look, the photo became proof of a larger pattern. Commentators were quick to call it the dirtiest play of the season, and headlines spread the outrage. Fans filled comment sections demanding consequences, while referees were blasted for ignoring it. Rather than protecting Sophie, officials were seen as soft on safety, and for many, the frustration wasn't just with Hartley, it was with a league that fines players for criticizing refs faster than it punishes reckless contact.
Making all kind of excuses to say that Bria Hartley is not a dirty player. Let me tell y'all something, man. Come on in here. Come on in here, man. Let me tell y'all something. If it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, eats like a duck, it's a duck, man. Come on, man. She is the dirtiest player in the WNBA right now, winning the trophy. All right? Winning the trophy for it. Don't sit here and try to tell me Bria Hartley is not a dirty player.
By the end of the week, the story had grown bigger than a single game. It became a question of credibility. Would the WNBA step in and set a standard, or let it slide once again? Either way, Hartley's smirk had already cemented her image with fans, because that snapshot confirmed what many had suspected for a long time. And the troubling part is this wasn't new territory. Was Sophie Cunningham just the latest name on a list of players burned by Hartley's reckless style? That's what people asked as the clip spread across social media and sports shows alike. Some tried to excuse it as one bad moment, but Hartley's track record this season paints a very different picture. It doesn't make her look unlucky, it makes her look like someone who keeps creating headlines for all the wrong reasons, and fans were no longer willing to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Atkins, 7 to shoot. Cardoso rolls, catch. Cardoso over the top, can't get it. Reese fights for the rebound, and a foul, and this time gets a little chippy, and a shove on Nelson Adota. And listen, this arena, typically we'll see some ringside.
Take the clash with Angel Reese earlier in the season. That wasn't just a routine bit of post play. Fans accused Hartley of yanking Reese's hair in the middle of a rebound fight, and it was hard to see it as anything else. You don't confuse a quick swipe with grabbing a fistful of braids, and Reese's reaction made it clear how blatant it looked. The clip spread fast, and by the time it got added to Hartley's growing reputation file, she was already in another mess. This time it was Rebecca Allen, who absorbed a shove that again had fans pointing fingers. Neither moment drew a big penalty from the league, but when you stack them together, the picture changes. They became part of the case that Sophie Cunningham was never going to be the last player caught in Hartley's path, and that her physical style was now impossible to ignore.
Mike put this up about an hour ago. He said to all of those defending Bria Hartley, look at what she liked on Instagram. Emo, she's the dirtiest player in the league and should be kicked out. Most recently, Sophie Cunningham has been hurt with the knee tear and is out for the season. Look at this. Look at this. Now, Bria is the definition of consistency. Now, this is her liking this. This is her liking this post. Y'all see that? Breezy, 1-4, and others. Bria is the definition. She's liking this post. Look at this. Death taxes and Bria Hartley always being at the scene of the crime. Now, that's her choke slamming Angel Reese.
This was the breaking point. Fans no longer saw a string of random accidents. They saw a pattern forming, and once a pattern is recognized, the entire story shifts. By the time Sophie went down clutching her knee, Hartley's history was already stacked against her. That made it nearly impossible for anyone to believe the smirk was just bad timing or a misunderstood reaction. People weren't only thinking about that one night, they remembered the hair pull on Reese, the shove on Allen, and now a collision that sidelined one of Indiana's toughest and most reliable players. To them, it all added up, and the message was clear. This wasn't coincidence anymore, it was who Hartley had become in their eyes.
Indiana Fever fans wake up pissed off today. Pissed off. Not only are we getting assaulted, but they're smiling about it. This is the 6th time they've smiled, laughed, and cheered on our Indiana Fever players getting assaulted, getting injured. And it pisses me.
The outrage only grew because referees seemed blind to it all. Fans blasted officials for letting rough contact go in one game, then calling soft fouls in the next. There was no consistency. That fueled the belief that refs were part of the problem, letting Connecticut's physical play slide while players like Sophie paid the price. What made it worse was the double standard. Sophie was fined earlier this season for criticizing officiating, yet Hartley faced nothing after repeatedly targeting opponents. For many fans, that was impossible to overlook. Even Sophie's family spoke out. Her sister Lindsay and mother Paula questioned why the league wasn't stepping in to protect players. It wasn't just upset fans anymore, it was her family echoing what Fever supporters had been saying all along. If the WNBA fails to act, players will keep getting hurt.
Maybe you should focus her sister. Maybe you should focus less on fining players for commenting on your poor officiating and more about hiring officials that are capable to call a consistent game and protect your athletes. Pathetic. Praying for you. The only good thing positive surrounding Sophie Cunningham coming out of this game, she looked in good spirits in the locker.
That's why suspension talk spread online almost immediately. Fans pointed to past cases where reckless plays brought discipline and argued Hartley deserved the same. By that point, she was already branded a dirty player, the league looked like it was protecting her, and Sophie was left as the one who suffered. But before the WNBA could respond, the storyline flipped in a way nobody expected.
Bria Hartley deserves zero benefit of the doubt. And Sophie Cunningham's family not too happy. I believe this is Mama C. Hartley is a disgruntled player having trouble everywhere she goes. She's playing mean and plays out of control. Looked out of control to me.
Fans were convinced the league would have to step in with a suspension. The chatter was non-stop, and the backlash grew so loud that many assumed the WNBA had no choice but to respond. But then the story suddenly flipped. The Connecticut Sun revealed that Bria Hartley was out for the season, not because of punishment, but because of a torn meniscus in her right knee. Just like that, her year was finished, and the timing couldn't have felt more uncanny.
It's stated Connecticut Sun guard Bria Hartley will miss the remainder of the season due to meniscus tear in her right knee. Injury sustained during team practice. You got hurt at practice? Hartley is expected to make a full recovery. So you mean to tell me her own team hurt her? Oh my God. Her own team hurt her? Oh man. Oh dog, this is funny as hell. I should laugh, but damn dog, how your own team hurt you, bro. Hartley is expected to make a full recovery. Additional updates will be perfect.
The parallels were impossible to ignore, and fans noticed immediately. Sophie Cunningham had just been sidelined with a torn MCL, a devastating blow for a Fever team already struggling with injuries. And now Hartley, the same player at the center of Sophie's injury controversy, was out with a serious knee injury herself. Both were facing long recoveries, but the key difference was clear. Sophie's came as the one hurt, while Hartley's was viewed by many fans as instant payback, arriving faster than anyone could have predicted.
I was like, Bria and I are super cool, and like she would never try to hurt me, because there are some girls that I think might, but she wouldn't do that. And so I have nothing but.
Well, Sophie, I got news for you. The universe thought otherwise. The universe thought otherwise. They got her ass up out of here, bro. Damn. Which they wasn't going to the playoffs anyways, but man, karma's a ish. I just gotta keep it real, bro. I mean, this is everywhere.
It didn't take long for the instant karma story to dominate social media. Fever fans who had been enraged just days earlier shifted from anger to a feeling of vindication. Posts celebrating the turn of events spread quickly, with many calling Hartley's season-ending injury the justice the league itself never handed out. Whether people labeled it payback, irony, or poetic fairness, the message was clear. Fans believed the basketball gods had stepped in.